Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's session. We'll be starting off the session in the next few minutes. We have a couple more people joining us. So the next 3 to 4 minutes, we'll be beginning the session. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us again today for today's session to understand how SMEs can leverage D365 CRM offerings for their success. We will be beginning the session shortly in the next 1 or 2 minutes. We have a couple more people joining us. Thanks for being with us today. Before we get started, I just wanted to share a couple of housekeeping announcements. As you know, if you have any questions during the course of the session, please feel to drop them in the chat box or in the Q&A tab. If you have any other questions which you would like to ask the speakers or the presenters directly, please raise your hand and we'll be answering them towards the end of the session. Again, if you have any queries, please drop them in the chat or in the Q&A tab during the course of the session so you don't forget. In case you want to ask them directly to the speaker, please raise your hand and we will unmute you and you can ask them, you can ask the presenter directly during the Q&A session. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for today's session. Um, we are going to be talking about how Microsoft D365 CRM offerings are designed for Indian SME success and how you can leverage the same. My name is Daniel. I'm the marketing manager over at Redington, and we have one of our key partners for Microsoft Dynamics 365, Zelite as well in today's session. They will be discussing, deep diving into how SMEs can achieve success to D365 CRM offerings. Before we get started and before I hand over the rest of the session to Samir, I thought I'd just take some time to talk about how Microsoft Redington has been strengthening businesses globally. So Redington has been in existence for about 30 years so far. We currently work with 245 plus brands in 40 plus emerging markets, and we're the number one technology distributor in the EMEA region and the number two in enterprise indirect solution provider in India. We have a revenue about 9.3 billion USD, and this is again not possible without the partners that we have. So, uh, again, our partner community is 12,000 strong and in India, and we have 2,800 channel partners in Middle East and Africa. This is a very quick view in terms of the global footprint we have. We currently work in 37 of the emerging markets, and we work with 245 plus brands. Our capabilities in a very quick snapshot is from a Redington cloud perspective, is how we've been accelerating the adoption of new technology and drive business value, both with cloud, hybrid, and on-premise services for our customer, for partners and their customers. A little bit about our Microsoft expertise as well, given that we'll be focusing Dynamics 365. We work well across the portfolio, and we have a partner here as well. Zelite will be touching upon this predominantly in the Dynamics 365 CRM portfolio. And this is something we help organizations adopt end to end, right? This starts off as pre-sales, implementations, and from a support perspective, so that you're not left hanging with any of this. So we have a robust partners ecosystem, and yes, we have Zelite as well in today's webinar. We'll be talking about how you can leverage this. And so that without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Samir from Zelite. He's the CEO, he's the co-founder of Zelite Solutions, and he's going to take us forward with this. Thank you. Over to you, Samir. Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel, for that quick introduction. Allow me to share my screen. I hope you're able to see the screen.
Yes, it's coming up. Yeah, now it's up. Yeah, you can get into full screen. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so thank you, Daniel, and thank you everyone for joining this webinar. So, before we get into the details about this, let me introduce you about myself. Welcome everyone. My name is Samir. I'm the founder of Zelite Solutions, and I'll be the speaker for your webinar today. A bit of myself, I'm the founder of Zelite Solutions, and in my personal capacity, my journey with Dynamics CRM started way back in 2008. At the time, it was called as 4.0. I've been instrumental in both the areas. One is the technical and the functional, both of them, and I have done a lot of implementations at my personal capacity in my previous career. The size of implementation starts from, let's say, like 5 users till like 500 plus users as well. And my majority of experience lies in SMEs. Now let's look at the agenda. So I'll be walking you through about a brief overview about Zelite Solution, what Zelite is all about, then followed by what the Indian SME market look like, the challenges that the SME market faces primarily, and then how can a CRM system help Indian SME market. So that's the most crucial factor here. And then our proposition for today's webinar, that is Dynamic CRM, which is designed exclusively for Indian SMEs. Then we'll talk about the differentiators, the factors that make Dynamic CRM a unique product for SMEs, the inheritance that Dynamic CRM carries as a part of Microsoft family. We will talk about few interesting use cases as well. And as an SME ourselves, we understand that the SME needs, what the SME needs are. We know the level of aspiration of growth an SME has. They require just the right enablement to reach the new heights. That's why we have crafted an exclusive product or package for Indian SMEs designed to kickstart your CRM journey in as less as 5 days. For the first time in India, a rapid implementation package has been introduced that ensures low capital expenditure for SMEs. Post, we will go for a product demo for Dynamics 365 CRM and then followed by the package cost. So this is what the overall agenda it would be. So we're talking about the PPT should last for around 25 minutes, followed by 20 minutes of demo, post question and answer sessions. Key facts about Zelite Solutions. So Zelite is an enterprise solutions and a full software development company. We are headquartered in Pune, India, and have our subsidiaries in Kenya, USA, and UAE region. Almost 13 years plus experience. We have deployed 150 plus CRM so far, majorly into SME sector. You can say that we are very well versed with majority of the sectors and industries when it comes to domain expertise. At Zelite, we basically transform ideas into reality because that's the big thing out there. Whatever complex problems you may have, we make it little easy by solving it piece by piece. Even if it's a theory of constraint or predictive analysis or implementing process and platform, we got you all covered here. So if you look at our solution partner criteria with Microsoft, we largely focus with SME region or SME sector. Moving to the next slide. Allow me to talk about what Zelite is all about in terms of business transformation, how we empower your business transformation journey. So D365 or Microsoft Dynamics 365 is the area we largely work with when it comes to Dynamics 365. It's an entire biz apps application, or it's a suite of business application. We largely work with Dynamics CRM. Then we work with Dynamics Field Service, Project Automation, Customer Insights, formerly known as Microsoft Marketing. So, if you have any specific requirement in terms of any of this D65 product other than Dynamics CRM, you can simply put in details in the chat, and someone from our sales team will be in touch with you to schedule or rather set up a one-to-one demo with you. The other area we largely work with is Microsoft SharePoint. So may it be your internet portal or external portal or maybe a document management system, we got you all covered here. The Microsoft Power Solution or the Power Platform talks about building any app using Power Apps or automate your process using MS Microsoft Power Automate. We got you all covered there as well. Portals and collaboration. So if you have requirements in terms of custom portals or collaboration, we can help you with that as well. Cloud transformation, we have been largely working to this field as well, wherein we have helped a lot of organization to move from on-prem to cloud. So a lot of success stories in this region as in this area as well. The other area that what we largely work is advanced analytics. So when we talk about advanced analytics, we talk about sentiment analysis. We talk about predictive analysis using our algorithm or some kind of AI build report. So we work in this space as well. We have a lot of success stories in advanced analytics as well. The other area is product development. So companies which want to develop a product, in terms of agile, maybe we're using agile program or something, we are very well into this as well. The other area we work with is staff augmentation, process automation. AI is the area wherein we are again, putting up our synergies out there. We have seen a lot of traction happening with reference to the Gen AI, and then we are working with some government, semi-government organization across the globe, wherein we are helping them to build some POC or some kind of MVP program for them. A few of our clients. So these are Indian clients when we largely work with. So these logos might be familiar with you as well. Our global clients. So we work with all the segments. I'm talking about small, medium, and large enterprise as well.
Samir, somebody mentioned can't hear you.
No, it's audible. I think they might have to restart. It's fine here. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I can continue, right?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Okay, now let's have a look at Indian SME market. So this slide is divided into two parts. The above talks about the contribution and the latter talks about the benefits that SMEs have witnessed by adopting technologies in their transformation journey. No doubt SMEs are the backbone of any nation's economy, and let's take a pride that we SME contribute to nearly 30% of India's GDP. We employ around 104 million employees across India. 40% of the exports are done by the SMEs, which contributes to around $275 billion roughly. That's a huge money. And as per the recent survey done by the MSME Council, 70% of Indian SMEs have adopted digital technologies, showcasing a significant shift towards digital transformation in the business landscape. Now let's look at the latter slide out here. We are seeing an average growth of 10% year-on-year basis of IT SME sector. Now there is a point to be noted that these IT SMEs are catering only to domestic market, not the international, which gives us a clear sign that there is a demand in domestic market itself in India. Also, the report states that the SME leveraging e-commerce platform have witnessed around 27% of growth in their profits and 24% really roughly a 24% increase in their sales as well. Giving an example, let's say like a particular retail company which probably had a little or no access to the other market, now being present online, have access to across the globe. And this is how basically the digital adoption have helped a lot of SMEs to increase their profits, to increase their revenue as well. Now the SMEs who have transformed to cloud have seen a significant benefit in savings. Their operational cost almost reduced to 40% and with less or almost no downtime. So these are the reports as per the CII. And as per the recent survey done by Google and KPMG, it is said that the SME engaging into digital transformation are likely to see a 2x growth as compared to the business done in traditional form. So the message is loud and clear that Indian SMEs have recognized the immense value of digital adoption and are prepared to elevate their organization to unprecedented heights. In this digital era, the future looks promising. Though the future looks promising, but there are barriers, unlike in any transformation process or evolution process. We will have a look at it in the next slide. Okay, so let's talk about the barriers for technology adoption. Now, we have basically divided these barriers into three different categories. The practical constraints, which are practical and can't be done anything out here. The second one is the technology implementation cost, or rather the investment that we talk about when it comes to technology implementation. And the third one is the relevant access to relevant technology. So as an SME, many times we have to prioritize our operational needs over a long-term strategic investment, so because operational needs are need of the hour, and then as an SME, we can't simply look for strategic investment or long-term strategic investment every time. As an example, let's say a small consulting firm is looking to implement a CRM system to better track their client interactions and manage leads effectively. However, due to limited financial resources, they cannot afford the subscription and the implementation cost. Additionally, the firm lacks the know-how of the new digital age platform beyond the basic email and spreadsheet, creating a knowledge gap in understanding how to leverage CRM software more efficiently or effectively. See, or another common example involves a small bakery involved or looking to expand their market reach through an online ordering system. But however, the bakery faces technology adoption barriers such as cost of developing and maintaining a website, integrating with the payment gateway or payment provider, and then managing their online orders. Additionally, let's say the bakery staff may lack the technical skills needed for managing an e-commerce platform, leading to be a dependent on external IT vendor support, further increasing the operational cost and the complications for adopting the entire process. So there was a survey done by Microsoft somewhere in 2022 July. It was done by Attitudes and Microsoft, and they figured out, this survey was done across the globe, and they figured out there are various barriers for technology adoption for SMEs, and major of the factor that contributed was the cost of implementation. Of course, there are other factors as well, and when we talk about technology know-how or technical expertise, so on and so forth. But the most important part that came as a part of barrier was the cost of implementation. Now let's talk about how CRM system can help SMEs. So customer experience, it's more about customer experience nowadays, and the way customer interact with your business has changed. So you need to build trust with customers by delivering personalized experience, no matter who they talk into your organization. Delivering personal experiences goes beyond personalized communication. Meaning, it's not about like sending emails or sending your communication with personalized messages, but it's more about delivering a personalized experience, which is consistent and tailoring as well. Let me give an example here. Let's say a customer inquires about a recent orders that he has recently placed with the company. The customer wants to know whether the currency fluctuation is going to impact his order. Initially unable to reach to their usual the previous sales contact or sales representative, the customer calls the company's board line and then connects with the another salesperson. The second salesperson's access the customer information in the CRM system and reassures that the product is secure and protected against currency changes as they already have a rate contract in place. Now, this example tells us how a CRM system enables seamless, personalized customer experience regardless the contact point. Now, the other point is in terms of competition. So this is what my personal experience is as well. Like, many times the SME have to compete large enterprises, and B2B sales are largely based on trust and strong relationship. So if we have to stand out in the competition, we really need to know exactly what the customer needs are. Once you identify the customer needs, now define a strategy to differentiate how different are you amongst your competitor. What value are you going to bring on the table to address the client needs? This is along going to happen if you have a CRM system in place, and it means that it is a single source of information that you have. So of course, when you're talking about standing out in the competition, you have to have a strategy in place. You have to have proper information that needs to be handy with you in the system, and once you have this, you can certainly define a strategy and then kind of outbid your competitors in the bid or in the proposal phase. Now let's talk about process centric approach. This is most important part, because lot of things comes into picture when we talk about implementing a new process, even that there is some tweak in the process, or if even we're talking about implementing a new technology. So few weeks back, I was talking to my sales team and I asked them a question: is sales an art or is it a process? Unanimously it was sales is an art. However, as an organization, do we really want to rely solely on the magic of the artisans? An organization cannot depend entirely on individuals to drive the revenue. Instead, we need to have a sales process in place and then allow the sales artisans to perform their magic within the boundaries that we have defined as a process. Here, I'm emphasizing the importance of balancing the creative aspect of the sales with a structured process. As an organization, we have to be a process-centric organization or a people-dependent organization. Once you implement the process coupled with a technology platform, you will see the transformation yourself. Now, productivity is also an important factor, why an SME should look for implementing a CRM system. Sales is a teamwork. Effective collaboration leads to enhanced productivity. Uh, Once you have a system in place, your team can focus efficiently on prioritization and effective time management, letting them focus on building and maintaining the customer relationship that matters. Let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So we're talking about Dynamics 365 CRM, which is designed exclusively for Indian SMEs. Now everyone wants growth, but growth is not an overnight phenomena. It's a journey that can be attributed to various phases. As a leader, it's all about how you grow your organization, your team, your department. There are two influential factors that growth can be attributed to. One is affordability and the other one is productivity. Affordability can be achieved by keeping your CapEx and OpEx low, whereas productivity can be enhanced by collaboration, automation, accessibility, so on and so forth. Now let's talk about one element out here. So when we talk about affordability, CapEx. So with Dynamics 365 CRM being a subscription-based platform, it will help you to keep low CapEx. It comes with different editions, or rather, it comes with different modules, wherein you can go and subscribe for those which you find is relevant for you for initial to keep the initial investment as low as possible. It offers a scalability. So when we talk about scalability, it is the most important part, because as your organization grows, you really want the platform to grow along with you. So this application or Dynamics 365 as a platform, as an enterprise application, covers you everywhere. So even if you talk about like today you're 5 people company, tomorrow you goes to it becomes 50, it becomes 500, 5,000. You don't have to worry about migrating to any other environment, because it will take care of everything, in terms of the number of users, the features and functionality that it has to offer. It also has an flexible, payment options, as in like you can go for yearly subscription, or you can go for month-on-month subscription as well. In terms of low operational expenditure, being a cloud platform, you don't have to worry about your in-house infrastructure, hardware maintenance, or having someone to take care of your technical aspects, such as taking up the backup of server, taking a backup of database. So everything is covered into this one. So the OpEx or the operational expenditure is very low when it comes to Dynamics 365 CRM being a cloud platform. In terms of productivity, of course, ease of use, because this application is a Microsoft product, and all the products that you use for Microsoft, we have almost same look and feel, and it becomes very easy for user to adopt the new system. Automation, of course, when you have a system in place or dynamic CRM in place, you will also look for automating some processes which consumes time, simply like making sure that the productivity is enhanced. Collaboration is an important part. Again, being a part of Microsoft family, the collaboration within the in-house tools or in-house product is seamless. So you don't have to worry about this. And then we'll talk about those in the next slide as well. And when talk about growth, so basically we got you covered from all the aspects. We talk about affordability, you talk about productivity. So once things are streamlined as a part of process, you can see the growth happening within the organization. Let's move to the next slide. So here we are going to talk about another few couple of slides. We are going to talk about differentiators. So these differentiators are basically as compared to the other products or other CRM system, those are available in the market, and then why Microsoft and how Microsoft Dynamics CRM is different from those. So when we talk about Dynamics CRM as a platform, it is a part of your entire Microsoft ecosystem. So let's say you talk about productivity tools such as Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive. It's basically again integrated or pre-integrated with this one. It's just a part of like configuration wherein you can simply connect to those particular tools. The collaboration platform, talking about Teams and SharePoint, of course, it's again part of collab configuration when you just need to kind of enable the integration. The data starts flowing in both the side. So we're talking about all this thing, and then Dynamics 365 as a business app, these apps, we have all these products available out there. So when talking about connecting with each other, connecting with the ERP system, with the BC system, with the voice of customer or customer insights, it's again pre-integrated when it comes to Dynamics 365 biz apps. You can extend it using Power Platform as well, wherein you can have Power Apps, Power BI, even Power Automate, so and so forth. So it's all covered as a part of Microsoft ecosystem. And then even after that, if you think or if you feel that there is a need for integrating with further system, it offers all the access in terms of their APIs, web services, wherein this application can be integrated with external application as well. So the advantage when you talk about Microsoft ecosystem is that primarily it keeps your capex low, and at the same time when you talk about integration, since you are integrating with your in-house Microsoft product itself, so the integration cost, that what we talk about third party, reduces drastically. Now let's talk about all-in-one platform, as in like Microsoft Dynamics CRM offers a seamless experience by connecting with other Microsoft product right out of the box. Basically, this helps SMEs to streamline their operations and enhance customer relation without complexities of custom integration. So we can call it as pre-integrated platform as well. An example, like talking about, let's say if you receive an email in your Outlook and you need to add it as a lead in Dynamics CRM, you can simply tag it as a lead in Outlook itself, and then a lead is created. So you can kind of eliminate the duplicate task that you need to do. So it's more about like automating your task, so that you can focus your productivity in something which is much more important than doing a data entry. Here we'll talk about some use cases. Now, Microsoft Dynamics CRM has tons of customization and flexibility to offer. So when I say customizations, you can think about this, and Dynamics CRM 365 CRM as a platform can be customized to that extent. We generally call it as an XRM. X stands for like X factor. You can consider like X as an anything. So we can build your incentive process, we can build your incentive or rather the commission portal, whatever you talk about, everything can be done in terms of customizations that needs as a part of your organization. So in terms of customization, it has all everything comes under, and it's highly customizable. That's what we can say. We'll talk about few other use cases in terms of how being a part of Microsoft ecosystem, how it can be beneficial for integration and at the same time of customer experience. So let's say I'll give an example here. Let's say a company providing maintenance for lifts and elevators that uses IoT devices connected to Azure IoT. Azure again being a part of Microsoft platform, Azure as a Microsoft cloud. Now this IoT, Azure IoT is linked with your Dynamics 365 CRM in service module or case module. Now imagine that the elevator stops working. So the IoT device quickly detects the issue and sends the information to Azure IoT. This trigger this triggers a dynamic CRM to create a service case. And again, using GPS, it assigns it to the nearest service engineer. The engineer gets a ticket on a high priority. He goes to the site and fix the elevator. Now, all of this automatically happens automatically without the customer needing to call for help or even calling the helpline number to tell them that, hey, there is an issue with my elevator. Now, this proactive approach greatly improves your customer satisfaction by solving problem before the customer even notices them. So, talking about all these things, customer experience, talking about how Microsoft as a platform suite, it can help you to provide an exceptional customer service, customer experience as well. Now let's talk about another example in terms of DMS. So let's say you're talking about SharePoint DMS and Dynamics CRM here. Again, SharePoint DMS, SharePoint DMS again part of Microsoft. So let's talk about one more use case here. Now in a traditional setup, when a customer confirms an order and a contract agreement needs drafting, the process can be lengthy. Typically, the salesperson emails the legal team, who then ask for more details like payment terms and jurisdiction, leading to time-consuming back and forth exchange just to clarify questions. Now, imagine that if your organization use an integrated system combining SharePoint document management system with Dynamics 365 CRM. In this scenario, when the customer confirms an order, the salesperson simply updates the opportunity stage as agreement is in process. This action automatically triggers the workflow in SharePoint, creating a task for the legal team with a set turnaround time. The task includes all the necessary details such as customer name, headquarters, address, buyer details, payment terms, and even access to the entire conversation history between the sales and the customer to ensure that there are no critical points which are missed. Now, with this system, the sales team needs only to mark a checkbox or a field indicating that send an agreement to the customer, and then everything is automated here. So this streamlined process eliminates the need of back and forth emails, significantly reducing the time spent on drafting the agreement, and this somehow overall increases the productivity. So the advantage of seamless integrations comes only with dynamic CRM. Here, I'm not saying that other CRM system won't be able to achieve, but think about the level of customization and the integration needed for other system to achieve such kind of seamless integration. Now talking about LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So of course, Microsoft LinkedIn again being a part of Microsoft. It comes few editions of your Dynamics 365 comes with integration with Sales Navigator. Now here you can actually see your customer buying intent as well, or rather you can talk about something which is we can see if there are signals from your customers which seems likely to buy something. So as an example, let's say if there is a change into something in let's say like there is a new CIO or CTO coming into an organization, so we know that, hey, when there is a new technology person coming to an organization, that means there is some kind of investment happening into the IT segment or technology segment, and then probably this can be your buying signal that you can say that there would be some investment happening there because we see a new management coming out there. So talking about all this can be again, as a part of Microsoft ecosystem, it becomes easy for understanding those particular points. Now again, being in LinkedIn, so today's age of marketing or sales, we cannot live without LinkedIn. And then let's imagine that you have all the information that comes from your LinkedIn is available on in your dynamic CRM. It becomes pretty easy. About unified platform, again, like it's a part of Microsoft ecosystem. So let's say if you want to open your dynamic CRM in Outlook, you can do that. The email communication that happens from your Outlook to your to your customers, uh, whether it's going from your Outlook or whether it's going from your Microsoft CRM, both are synchronized, and you can see the history of your communications, email communications from both the side. In fact, you can go and have an you can open your Microsoft Dynamics CRM from your team channels as well, or if you want to chat along with your colleagues, you can do that same using Microsoft Dynamics CRM, which has an apps pre-integrated app for teams. So you don't need to open multiple action applications just for communication purpose. So it is all seamlessly integrated together. Now let's talk about some important part out there. So as a Zelite, and when we know, like what we being SMEs, we know what challenges does the SME face in day-to-day day-to-day market. So based on that, we have crafted or designed some specific plans or implementation packages which are aligned for Indian SMEs only. So we start about like, we can get you ready as fast as within 5 days. Within this package, we can help you to hit the ground running within 5 days. Specifically, these are designed for the startups or companies with a small sales team, ideally for the companies who want to take first step to implement their sales process or automate their sales process. The second is sales accelerator. With this package, we can help you to get everything ready within 10 days, ideal for agile startups or companies who are looking to streamline their sales process. And the third package we are talking about is 30 days of implementation, wherein a company has some kind of pre-experience of using dynamic CRM. They have some kind of set processes, and now they are looking forward for sales transformation. They really want to transform their sales processes. So this is what the package we have designed for them. And if someone is looking for very extensive customization, extensive implementation, so of course, that is something different, and we can talk about it as well. Now the important part we talking about is the demo. So we will walk you through in another 2 to 3 minutes. We'll walk you through the product demo. So there are a lot of questions. As a sales team, we have a lot of questions. Are we focusing on the right opportunities? How better can we manage our sales process? What are our most strategic customer and who are our profitable customers? How can we trade our sales? Can we trade our sales, or how can we trade our sales? How can I know about my competitors? How can I get buying signals in CRM system? So now we will take a deep dive into our CRM system and then walk you through the application, the product demo for Dynamics 365 Sales. So I will hand it over to my colleague to share the screen. Yeah. I hope you all are able to see the screen now, the Dynamic CRM application.
Yes, we can. I mean, is Ashish on mute or will he be speaking?
No, I'll be speaking on behalf of him. It's just the
Okay.
screen that he's sharing, right? Okay. Now, so Dynamics CRM is more about sales. This is more about relationship. So Microsoft Dynamics CRM basically focus on relationship-based sales. Unlike like other CRM that they have to offer. When you talk about a relationship-based sales, now imagine a scenario or imagine an example wherein uh, you want to understand the entire customer hierarchy wherein you are dealing with. You need to know, let's say you are speaking or your point of contact is Nirmal, and now you want to understand who is the manager of Nirmal, and again, the manager of Nirmal, who is reporting to. So you need to have an entire holistic view of your the organization or the company that you're dealing with. So you get this all at a click, at a just like, easy as a click, to get all this information in terms of organizational hierarchy. Now again, being an integrated with LinkedIn, it will show you all the details about who is reporting to whom, and then you'll get the details of the list of the contacts who are working within that company. So that essentially helps a salesperson to see if he can connect to someone apart from the point of contact, so that he can start building up the relationship for that particular opportunity. Now we'll talk about like the ecosystem part. I was a few minutes back, I was talking about how Microsoft integrates with other solutions within the Microsoft. So we will walk you through those as well. So maybe we can open the Outlook. Yeah. Now here, let's take an example. Let's say like I get an inquiry out here in my email, and then the person is basically interested. Now I, as a salesperson, I contact the person, qualifies the requirement. I don't need to go into my CRM and kind of re-enter the details about this. I simply go in my Outlook itself and then open my CRM app, which is already there, which is pre-integrated, and I'll just like tag it as a lead. Now you can see all the information has been auto-populated here in my window here. So this is how somehow you can reduce your manual efforts and manual entry, and just kind of tagging it as a lead, and then all sorted here. Yeah. Now let's talk about any other use case wherein you want to chat with your teams. Colleagues on your team's channel. So as on the right hand side, you can see this is my dynamic CRM application. On the right hand side, you can see there is a Teams app which is open. I can create a Teams channel from here itself. Rather, I can chat with my colleagues as well, and then all this history is recorded in my CRM timeline as well. I'll give an example. For example, what we see is recently Ashish just kind of did some kind of communication with Javed, and then you can see this basically the communication is recorded in your timeline for dynamic CRM. So this is how seamlessly it integrates, and again, as in giving you example, such kind of flexibility and such kind of seamless integration experience, there are none of the CRM which can offer when it comes to dynamic CRM. Specifically, you're using other Microsoft products. Yeah, now let's talk about an example of Power BI report. Now, we generally, I'll show you like how Power BI is integrated. You just don't need to do any kind of customization. It comes with pre-built with a few of the basic visualization. Now here, this is my dynamic CRM. Again, I can see my reports coming up out here, in terms of the Power BI reports. So I can see, I can filter it out. I can do a slicing and dicing of this data. I can add more filters, and this will give me an entire view. So I'm not talking about a single point of customization or development in Power BI report. It comes as a pre-built in your Dynamics 365 CRM. Now, if you talk about Zoho, you talk about SFDC, they'll talk about, hey guys, you know what? We have to build an entire data warehouse. We have to build an entire system, and then only you'll get those reports. But here in Dynamics CRM, of course, the standard reports are a part of your implementation, or a part of your package, that what you are going to go ahead with Microsoft as a license or subscription. Yeah. Now let's talk about the reports and all the dashboards, and also we have tons of things to talk about. So let's talk about like Dynamics CRM 365 overview. This is a standard report, without any customization. So you can see the open opportunities, the qualification, development, and proposed stage. Again, this is highly configurable. So I'm not saying I'm not using a word customizing. I'm using a word configuration. So there is a difference between configuration and customization. Customization requires some kind of development. Configuration just requires some kind of tweaks, and you just configure the system which is up and ready for you to use. Now, if you look at all the leads, on the right, on the middle dashed lane, so all the lead which have come across in my system by various source campaigns. So let's see if as an organization we are doing various campaigns. The campaigns can be your email campaigns, can be your trade shows, trade events, webinars, wherever we talk about. And all this webinars or the events that what we talk about or the campaigns we talk about, there is a cost associated to it. So as a marketing manager, I also need to understand that what is the return on investment for those particular campaigns that has been invested with. So it starts with the budget. Let's say like we're talking about conducting a webinar. Now there is a set budget. The budget needs an approval. So all this workflow, imagine all the workflow that comes into picture. Everything is covered into this dynamic CRM. You don't need to look anything beyond this one. Now we'll talk about some other dashboards as well. Yeah. So let's say I want to talk about the sales performance dashboard. I know I have two sales representative here. I can see who is performing, how much they are performing, and uh, how much investment do I need to do if there is any strategic investment needed at all. So yeah, so if you look at this particular, this is my group's revenue. Now talking about an organization, let's say if you are dealing into India market and then you have East zone, West zone, and then North and South zone as well. So, you have different territories out there. You can define target to each of those territories. You can assign a sales head, and then you can assign a sales team against those ones. So all the goals and the targets basically are assigned to those particular zone, and then India becomes a parent wherein this particular gets accumulated, and then the target is basically assigned to India as a country. So this is how we can configure the entire target process here, or this is sales target. We can also see the achievement in terms of percentage that has been achieved for a particular period of time. You're talking about as an organization or as an individual. So we can actually see who is the top performer. Maybe we can see some leaderboard here as well. So if you see the close opportunity which are coming up. So we have two sales rep here, and then we can see how many opportunities they have closed for a particular fiscal years, and then that ways accordingly you can plan. Now, yeah, now this is the sales performance dashboard, like, what is the won ratio, what is the lost ratio. So of course you want to understand, like, okay, if you have bid for, let's say, 10 opportunities or 10 requirements, 10 tenders for a particular financial year, out of this, what is your win ratio? So because that plays a major role as well in terms of you understand that, hey, how much investment should we do into pre-sales when it comes to tenders, or how much investment should we do in terms of technical demonstration and all, if the conversion ratio is comparatively less. If you want to really increase the conversion ratio, what factors as a management or as a sales head we need to understand, what should be done, or what strategy should be in place to make sure that our win loss ratio is increased out there. Yeah, now this is basically your sales activity dashboard reports. So when I'll give you one example, so this assistant that what currently you are seeing, this gives you as soon as I open, if I'm a sales rep or if I'm a marketing person, or if I am inside sales person, I can actually see my notification, my reminders coming up. So I don't need to worry about like what all my activities for today are, because let's see if I've spoken to some prospect 5 days back and he said like, hey, no guys, hey, no Samir, what instead of Monday, give me a call on Wednesday. So I simply put into my CRM system, and then this will show me all the upcoming calls or upcoming tasks those are due for this day or today, tomorrow, or in a week as well. So this more works more as an assistant. Is also called as an AI assistant. The other area wherein I can see, this is my own activity dashboard. I can see my open leads, and then the referral that has come across, whether it is coming through advertisement, external referral, or some kind of employee referral, or whatever it is. I can see my own sales pipeline as well, that where my pipeline lies. So the green is the development phase, and the one is the qualification. So I can see that most of my pipeline is into the development phase. And yeah, and then again, my top opportunities, I can see which are my top opportunities and my close opportunities in the current financial year. So if I based on the value, it will show you those reports. And this is again a default report that the system has to offer, and this is not something that a customize or something. Now let's talk about the sales forecast part as well. Let's say if you've been working dynamics here from quite a while, and then you want to see, like, after a couple of years, that how your pipeline, what your predictions are going to be. So you got it all covered and using sales forecasting. But of course, for sales forecasting, you require a lot of data in your system so that it understand that how much closures happens, when it happens, how much time does it take, how much is your approximately average sales time, and based on that it starts giving you prediction. So if you can see out here, it started from 2014 or 2013 somewhere. and now you can see the predictions, what it is looking like. So it gives you like mean value as well, and it comes around some more the data you have, the more stronger the prediction becomes. Yeah. Then, of course, as any other CRM has to offer, it has leads, it has opportunities, competitors, contacts, and all. Also, it has quotations, orders, and invoices as well. So, I'll quickly walk you through the quotation part. Yeah, the quotation, active quotes. Yeah. So, okay, now one thing which I think I need to put highlight across before we go to the quotation. So let's say like you your salesperson basically is meeting a lot of partners, and then he needs to kind of send an NDA agreement before they get into further discussions. So we need to have an NDA agreement sent across. So let's say your application, your dynamic CRM is integrated with SharePoint, and you have an NDA agreement which has been approved by your legal team. So you simply have this NDA agreement as one of your template. You can open this. The system will autofill the information based on your information that will be picked as in contact, the company name, the company address, and all. And then you can simply send this particular agreement for authorization to your client as well. And now if you are integrated with your DocuSign, then it becomes like the entire thing becomes automated, and wherein the signature happens digitally as well. Let's move to the quotation. Yeah, now this dynamic CRM also has an extensive quotation feature to an extent wherein whatever revision happens. So generally, what we see is like as a salesperson, it's important that they follow a standard process for quotation. So whenever there is a change in the pricing, or even there is a change in the scope, or there is a change in payment terms, of course, a revised quotation should be sent across. So dynamic CRM helps you to kind of automate this process. It put up a boundaries that that the quotation, once it is active, you cannot edit the quotation. If you really want to edit the quotation, you have to deactivate the quotation and then change, and then each change basically is managed through version control. As you see, there is a quotation ID and there is a revision ID. So even if a small change happens, it basically creates another revision. Maybe we can simply showcase one change out here, wherein we'll do addition in the quote, and then we can show you like how the revision works here. Now here we have activated the code. That means the code is published, and now we cannot go and change any quotation value out here. So this becomes a read-only thing. You can simply go and export it to the PDF. If you want to send it automatically via email, you can integrate it using workflow, or rather you can simply put a workflow, and using a check mark, it will automatically send across to the customer. Now you can have a set template in your organization that you have a standard terms of condition, you have your logos, and also all this template can be a part of your repository, and then you can simply pick up a template, or and then you can send the quotation to the customer as well. If you want to revise the quotation, you can do the revision as well. You have to deactivate the quote, and then again do the changes there. Or you can simply add those existing products. That should not be a problem. Yeah. So Dynamic CRM does have a very extensive product master, in terms of predefining your product prices and all. Many times this question has been asked to me that, how do I make sure that my salesperson doesn't override the product pricing, because that's a pricing which we have as an organization already published. But sometimes sales team does take their own liberty and then they do some kind of, discounting there. But then, if you really want to implement a process, this system will allow you. So you can have a provision wherein you kind of, define that, okay, a salesperson is allowed to give 5% of discount. Anything beyond 5%, and a workflow will be triggered automatically. All right, so I think we have covered all of this. Anything that is pending, probably I will. And then again, we are running out of time out here, so maybe yeah, so we will quickly take you through the pricing that what we have come up with, and then post to that we'll go for question and answer session. So over to you, Preetham. You can take us through the pricing, and then followed after that we'll talk about question and answers.
Sure. Can you please share the screen that pricing slide?
Yeah.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining the session. I think Samir has given all the very valuable inputs. The sales the package we have identified. So I'm sure you guys know Dynamics 365 CRM basically is an enterprise level application. So it is not that much, cheap when I'm talking about the cost for our SME market. So we identified the issue and we have come up with the idea, as Samir mentioned. So quick start, essential, sales accelerator, and sales transformation. So these three focuses basically a three different segment of the customer. So if you are very new and you have very few budget, maybe 2-3 lakhs only to invest on CRM max to max. But there are lots of things involved when I'm talking about CRM, because there are license purchase is required. Then to go for implementation, the customization, and then lastly support. So there, any enterprise application always has some big, some budget is required. So we have come up with the idea with this, like if you want to start and with CRM, dynamic CRM, so you can start with quick start essential, which is coming up with 2.5 lakhs plus taxes. In this 2.5 lakhs, you are getting three license. Three license means and sales professional. So at least if you want to start with your sales team with the CRM, they can go with 8. And if you go with 3.5 lakhs per sales accelerator, so obviously also get a three license, but the customization level little bit bigger, because you have some good potential and you're growing quickly for that. And the last one is sales transformation. This is basically, as Samir mentioned previously, this is basically you already have some system and you want to grow with your organization with a better best practice system in the market. Now we have, right, Microsoft, if you know, I don't know, I mean, some of company might observe that Microsoft has increased their price last month, from this month, basically February. So we are focusing this package, but I don't know if this package will work. Then we are focusing up until 31st March. If you have anyone you want to start with this, like we have this offer right now in the market. And additionally, also I can offer you that when the system is on place, that the big challenge is coming up for the adoption of the particular system. So your employees need some training. So the first three customer we are offering 10 hours free training for your sales people, that at how to start with CRM, how to capture data, and how to set up the process. But again, uh, to start with quick start essential, we have some standard implementation, function. I mean, if you want anybody interested, we can come up for a small call. I can show it to you, what are the things available, what is included over there. um, and the other area, like if you have any customization area, obviously we can have a separate call. We can our SME can talk to you, and we can give you a proper estimate on that. Believe me, this is not our focus to only making money. We are trying to help our Indian customer. As Samir mentioned, Zelite is widely working for global, mainly in the Middle East and US and Kenya. India, we have not worked that much. Our focus to make some good relationship with Indian customers as well, and our Indian industry as well. I'd like to request if anybody want to interested to know more about this packages, and if you want to discuss, for the next level, obviously you can connect to us. You guys have our email ID, business@generation.com. The phone number also is mentioned here. Yeah, this is for me from the sales costing pricing structure. Samir, we have received one question specifically, yeah, from Vishal. So I think you can read the question, or I should tell it to you. I mean, he's
Can you just
asking
read
about the
that for
power.
me, please? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So this is our contact information. Anybody want to interested, please let us know. We can have a separate call for that.
May I know the question, please, Preetham?
Yeah, sure. The question has mentioned that is the Power BI embedded, integrated with Dynamics 365, or do you need to buy a separate license for that? That's the basically question. So you showed the Power BI that part, right? The visualization part. So they're asking, is it required a Power BI license for that?
Okay, now the question can be answered in this way that the one that currently what visualization we have shown doesn't require a Power BI license, because it comes as a part of embedded system along with Dynamics 365 CRM online I'm talking about. But they want to go beyond something wherein they really need to have extensive customization in Power BI report and all that has to have a licenses coming up as well.
So Vishal, I guess you got the answer, right? Anyone, any question about that? Thank you, Vishal. Yeah. Okay, I got another query from Vipul. Is asking, as a salesperson, can I make a call via Dynamics 365?
That's a good question, Vipul. So what we need to do is, so Microsoft offers your Teams as well, and previously Skype, but then Teams now can take care of your contact center requirement. So you can go and subscribe for your subscription that earlier it used to be for Skype. Similarly, we have something for Teams as well. And then once you do that, you can do calling. Now, if you're looking for an external system, of course, there are other dialers as well, wherein we'll have to integrate that with your Dynamics CRM. So all happens is a seamless one. So you don't need to worry about working on silos. It's like pre-integrated system. So to answer your question, yes, using Teams contact center, it can be doable even if you're talking about India calling or international calling. That's doable using Teams contact center. Or second answer, the second thing would be in terms of if we have, let's say, another CTI computer telephony integration that needs to be integrated. Yes, then you can bring onto the system, and then the system with Dynamics CRM can be integrated. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, Vipul. Okay. Anyone, any query? We'd love to answer that. So, okay, people also add on some questions. Samir, he's asking, do we have anything on marketing part as a
Yeah,
as a
so
sending campaigns?
Microsoft to send an email. Okay, now the question to you is, people, are you talking about email campaigns, or are you talking about marketing as in like the campaign management is in like events, webinars, or some other things, talking about the traditional marketing? So when
Email
you say
campaign, it's saying.
okay, so for email campaign, there is another app, there is another add-on which comes on Dynamics 365, which is called as Customer Insights, previously known as Dynamics 365 Marketing. I believe in the month of October, the name change happened, and it's called as Customer Insight. So using Customer Insight, you can do all the email marketing and all. But it's not only limited to email marketing; it has a very extensive features and functionalities for companies which want to do a lot of marketing, traditional marketing, the way you have a booth, or maybe you are organizing an event, everything, so it covers everything when it comes to marketing as well. So yeah, it has a different module called Customer Insights to do email marketing.
Correct. Okay, a few more questions we received. So one came from Lavanya. Lavanya mentioned that, do I need to log in separately URL to access sales marketing field service?
I think Pritham, you can also answer this. Of course, the answer
Yes,
is
yes.
no.
No.
Because that's what the beauty of this Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM is. You don't have to worry about navigating from one application to another application. It's just one application, and then you can access the entire ecosystem of Microsoft.
Correct. So another questions came from Rohan. Rohan, the answer I can give it to you. So Rohan is asked that how many users can be added in a subscription. So Rohan, basically these questions come up where, yeah, I think you're thinking of some perpetual license concept, but when you have a cloud concept, basically it's a per user per month per year agreement. So every subscription per user. So one subscription means one user. You cannot add on, in one subscription multiple users. I guess Rohan, you understand, right? So any SaaS-based solution is user-based subscription. Okay, the another question I received, how to migrate data sales and marketing in Dynamics 365?
How to migrate?
Data sales and marketing in Dynamics 365. So how
Okay,
to
so if I
migrate? Yeah,
migrate the data, that's what the question is, right?
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are various ways. Now, if you are using another application, let's say if you're using SFDC and you want to migrate from Dynamics CRM, of course, you are most welcome for doing this. We have some pre-built connectors wherein it automatically transfers your data from one application to another. This is a way if you're talking about a specific CRM and you want to migrate from a CRM to dynamic CRM, we can use some kind of tools to automate this process. The other way is, that's a manual way, basically like extracting data from your CSV and then, migrating it into your dynamic CRM. And then let's say if you're not using any CRM, you're just using spreadsheets or Excel, then of course, we'll have to kind of, you'll have to cleanse the data, make it ready as per the format for importing. So that again can be done through a import functionality of Dynamics CRM.
Correct. So okay, so all the questions as of now is no more questions. Anybody, any question more? Okay, so Ashok, is it a question or answer? I don't know. I mean, Ashok has mentioned, Samir, that CRM storage for our data limit. So I think it's a question.
So can you repeat the question, Pritham?
It mentions CRM storage for our data limit. So I'm confused.
Okay,
as a question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my question is, like, what is the data size that they have? They're talking about like in terabytes or something.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what they're asking, I guess. What is the CRM storage? Like, what is the limit? Is there any limit on the storage bit? Is what they're asking from a CRM storage perspective.
So as a part of standard implementation, you should get as in OneDrive storage, 1 TB storage that already have. But you're talking about additional storage, then of course, we'll have to go and buy an additional storage when it comes to additional storage capacity that might be required. So as a standard, it comes to around 1 TB. That's what standard we have.
Perfect. Okay, so Brian has asked that will you send the email to all the details? Brian, I'll definitely send all the details to you by mail. Next, Dinesh. Dinesh mentioned calls made to customers through Teams. Does it record in the CRM?
Yes, it does. So if you're making a call from Teams, it does record it into your CRM, meaning you get the recording as well there. Yes. So that's what the question is. Okay, my assumption is like the individual would want to call as an inside sales to your customer. So let's say if I'm having that team subscription for calling, and then I'm pitching up for particular, I'm calling my customer or a prospect and speaking to them, and then whether they want to know whether the recording is stored into my CRM system. If that is the question, the answer is yes.
No, I guess I mean, is the record means he is asking about that capture the data. Capture the data basically. I mean, calls made to customer through Teams, does it get recorded to the CRM? I mean, in the CRM. I mean,
the recording, yes.
Record means capture he's talking about, not record, call the record.
Can you just clarify this question then with this gentleman?
Dinesh, can you please explain? Yeah, the voice file is not file is recorded. Okay, the voice file is it recorded? He's asking.
Yes.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay, Srivastava asked a question that social media integration is possible only in marketing module or in other module.
So when we're talking about omni-channel, meaning social media, let's talk about Facebook or something, but then what is the purpose of it? So let's say if you're talking about let's say like you want to do a social listening of your brand using Twitter or Facebook, so I'm talking about listening would be from customer service perspective. Yes, it can be possible, it is possible. But then when you're talking about marketing, when you really want to publish uh, various promotions campaign and all, with Dynamics 365 for sales, the one that we are talking about doesn't have this. But then of course you will have to extend it for with customer insights, which will allow you, that is an additional modular additional product, which is a part of D365 business app. Then this is doable.
Correct. Yes, Srivastava, I think you got the answer. Anyone, any question? Okay, Dinesh, I can ask a question, Samit. How good is the system with LinkedIn? So, Dinesh, what do you mean by good?
It's a Microsoft product, Dinesh. So, meaning Microsoft, meaning the integration is seamless. But then, of course, you'll have to have a subscription for both, LinkedIn, and you might want to have a different edition of Dynamics 365, which is, I think, premium or something,
Yeah, yeah.
wherein, yeah, or advanced, wherein you can have this feature enabled into your CRM system.
Okay, he said he got it.
Yeah, but then if you compare it with SFDC, or if you compare with some other one, uh, of course, SFDC or Salesforce.com, the integration has a limited point out there. But when you talk about Dynamics 365, it's much more beyond this one. So it will help you for your account-based marketing ABM approach. We really want to kind of enrich some other information. So let's say if you have a list of company and some contacts need to be enriched in that account, in that account. So using navigator and this, you can do that, wherein you can enrich your contact list for that particular account. You can also create an organization hierarchy. That's what we have demonstrated just maybe 10 minutes back. So it's very robust when it comes to LinkedIn and Microsoft integration.
Correct. That package is called Microsoft Relationship Sales, which is coming up with LinkedIn integrated. Okay, so no questions as of now. Anyone, any query? I should close the call today. Okay, Manish Bajaj sent us thank you note, Samir.
Yeah, thanks, Manish.
Perfect. Daniel, I guess no questions so far. I'm not
Yes.
receiving
Thank
any
you,
questions.
everyone, for joining us. The team will
Thank
be
you.
reaching out to you. And thank you, Pritam, and thank you, Samir, for being a part of this session as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time. Thank you.